Hello and welcome everyone. This is your astrology forecast for the new moon in Leo. This new moon happens between two full moons, and the first one was in Aquarius, opposite of this new moon in Leo, and the second one will be full moon in Pisces. It's on the very last day of August. The first full moon of August was on the very first beginning, on the 1st of August. The second one is on the very last day of August, 31st of August, and in the middle we have the new moon in Leo. It's right in the middle. It's balancing our disbalances between not only mind and heart, but all our disbalances between our dreams and manifestations, between our desires and our manifested world, between what we want and what we have, and teaching us to bring ourselves into that state of being where we are able to want what we already have. And which doesn't mean that this wanting what we have will somehow devalue our desires. No, it will. It can only align our true core desires with our manifested reality. And new moon in Leo means that the sun and the moon are conjunct. They are together. They are one in the same sign. So each new moon means that the sun and the moon come together. The king and the queen of the zodiac are in the marriage, the sacred marriage, and they give new birth. And this new moon in Leo brings new light, new life, new energy, new spark of living life. And because Leo is the light and the sun rules Leo, so we have the sun in Leo, the ruler in the sign of Leo. And Cancer and Leo are the most personal signs in the zodiac. They are the only signs that are ruled by the sun and the moon. The sun rules only one sign and the moon rules only one sign. And they are very specific, very meaningful. The mother and the father energy, the sun and the moon, the rulers of the Cancer and Leo, and they are actually very similar, Cancer and Leo archetypes, because there is a need, there is a strong personal need for nurturing the inner child. Cancer represents the inner child, and Leo represents the child within us, that playful, innocent, joyful energy, while the Cancer represents that neglected, suppressed, and denied inner child within us. So these are two different aspects of the inner child and the inner beast, and the need for being taken care of, and in Cancer, and the need to be seen, the need to be approved, the need to be recognized, the need to be applauded, need to be honored, need to be, praised. These are all Leo archetypes, and Leo is the heart, love, passion, creativity, joy, warmth, vibrancy. These things wake up human qualities, and they help us wake up our pineal gland as well. This is the connection between the spine and the heart, and it leads us towards appreciation and compassion, but not compassion that puts us in the vulnerable and weak place, but true organic compassion that comes naturally, not because we were told that is right, not because that we were taught to be good. No, but the goodness and compassion that comes naturally when we are aligned with our heart's desires, the heart and the brain. Leo and Aquarius, the heart and mind, heart and brain. So we are restoring our immune system. And Leo is now, this new moon in Leo can trigger a new avalanche of energy. because it will trigger our complexes. And there are two different complexes related to Leo archetype, and this is the inferiority complex and self-grandeur complex, and they are both very much connected. So either it's one or the other, and they are both rooted in the same source. And now the sun is the strongest when it's in Leo. So this bright energy is lighting up the sense of the self, and what makes us feel powerful. It lightens up that what makes us feel powerful. So what awakens this sense that makes us feel like this is me, this is who I am, and I'm not afraid, I'm not ashamed of who I am and what I am. This is authentic energy, and we are coming back to the truth of who we are. And there will be something that will put us out of that comfort zone, because we are now, this child within us is being evoked and summoned. So there will be something disturbed there, and the question will be, what is inspiring me? What is lighting me up? What can help me develop more confidence? Because Leo is about self-confidence, self-awareness, self-trust. And Leo is also about being playful, being able to enjoy things. This is celebratory energy, something that needs to be celebrated, but there could be a very strong need to have fun, to be entertained or to entertain, to be seen, to be applauded, as I said, to receive those praises, to be loud. And all these energies can be used in a wrong way, where we may be bossy, demanding, manipulative, using our charm and charisma in order to manipulate the reality and to manipulate others' emotions, to play with others' emotions. But we can use this to also inspire others, to cheer up someone, to make someone smile, to turn uncomfortable situation into something enjoyable and funny, to soften that energy, to be loud in a way to express who we truly are, to stand up for ourselves. And these energies remind us of who we are authentically. It's about our mental strength as well. This new moon makes square with Uranus. So Uranus, the great awakener, the ruler of Aquarius which opposes Leo, is making a tense critical aspect called square with the sun and the moon. And Uranus is in earthly Taurus. So we will see these great triggers and wake-up calls during this time. We will hear many wake-up calls now, and we will feel challenged and even provoked, emotionally provoked, even physically provoked perhaps. This fixed energy is strong, and there is a need to stabilize something. But there is this Uranus that wants to destabilize, to remove all the stability, so that we can see what can we do when we are not comforted. How do we handle different challenges in life? How do we handle chaos? How do we handle mess? How do we handle when things don't go in the way we wanted them to go? Can we then be authentic? Can we then stand up for ourselves? Can we shine our light, the sun and the moon in Leo? Can we still find pleasure in being who we are, despite all the mess and chaos? If there is some, of course, it doesn't mean that there will definitely be some chaos and mess. No, but this is like a workout for us. There will be some kind of workout, some kind of test and challenge for us, where we will be asked to do our best, to be our best, to behave in the best way that we can, so that we can truly feel this authenticity, and to feel our willingness. This is a lot about our willingness, and it's about what do we truly understand about being ourselves. What does it really mean for me? What does it mean for me to be who I am? We should all ask ourselves these questions, like, what are my first associations and images and mental screens that I see when I ask myself, what makes me me? What makes me authentically me? What makes me uniquely be me? So this is a lot about myself. It's not so much about others. Leo, very personal, but of course others will be involved, definitely. But this particular new moon will shine a light on our own authenticity. And so this is about me, bringing me back to my sense of self. This is about our solar plexus. So my center, the center of my being, the center of who I am, and understanding that the center is wherever I am. If I am rooted in my truth, then the center is wherever I put my eye on, wherever I land myself, wherever I look around. There is the center, because I am aligned and rooted in my truth. So we are looking for this center, and this is a lot about our personal will and personal power. And as I said before, not using it to dominate and manipulate world and others around us, but to use it to inspire others, to be inspiration, to encourage others, to empower others, to bring some light into other people's lives, to make sure that we work on making people feel better about themselves, not making them feel worse about themselves, because this is what we mostly do. Somehow we are addicted to searching for weaknesses in others. It's like, this is what I notice in the world that I'm seeing. This is something that is happening like a program, like a machinery. People are addicted to searching mistakes, searching for things that people do in a bad way, and then they somehow justify their own behavior, and then they somehow feel better about themselves. But this is not what truly makes us feel better. This is not what justifies anything. We should definitely work towards, bringing the best qualities in ourselves and in others, bringing them to light. Reminding others of their qualities, not reminding them of their mistakes. Of course, we can give advice and show people some things through our own experiences and examples, but we don't have to. We don't have to continuously repeat those things where others make mistakes. We should also see those mistakes as lessons, always, in our own world and in other people's behaviors. So Leo is now calling us back into ourselves and back into that inspirational moment. It's calling us to really rise above these needs to put others down and to criticize and to judge and to devalue the work of others, to somehow put those behaviors to their lowest expressions. Those things like jealousy, envy, greed, all those things, addiction to negative comments, addiction to not giving people any compliments. These things are now being removed. So we may have to confront with everything, with all these negative comments that we've been giving through our lives, because we definitely feel them back, because our subconscious registers all our comments and thoughts and feelings as if we are giving them to ourselves. So we should be very careful about what we, put into what kind of labels we give to others, what kind of comments we give, what kind of feelings and thoughts and images we glue on others, on the beings. And we are now being inspired to invest in ourselves, to truly invest in ourselves. Like if we could invest 10% of what we usually invest in gaining material goods, in gaining, I don't know, all the desires and wishes that we have in this material realm, if we could just invest 10% of that on being our best selves, on being authentic, on being rooted in our truth, we can definitely bring the change that we want to see happening all around us. But this square with Uranus will definitely bring something surprising. There is always something surprising with squares, and especially with Uranus, because Uranus is actually the Great Awakener, the planet of surprises and shocks and sudden events and things that happen out of the blue, things that we couldn't see coming, things that shake our ground, earthquakes, volcanoes, inner and outer as well, because our individual inner battles are definitely projected into our collective world. So our personal and collective, Leo personal, Aquarius collective, because they are opposites. We cannot speak of one sign without mentioning its opposite sign, just as we cannot speak of only our left side of being without using our right side of the being. And we have to rise above the duality and see that something is definitely accelerated out of the blue, and what are we going to do with it? And it can be chaos, or it can be liberation, or chaos can lead us into liberation. But we have to trust not only in ourselves, but to trust the process. I know this sounds cliche, trust the process, but this is so simple and so true. But we don't do it because it sounds like it's been said so many times. But how do we do that? We have to train. We have to work out on bringing these things into reality. Everyone is asking how, but just try doing it. We have all the power to make it happen, to trust the process, to trust what is right for me. And it's showing us what we need and what we don't need. So this energy will be will bring us some cracks too. We are cracking open, so we are revealing what's inside, and we are revealing where we're stuck. So something is breaking, like an egg that breaks from the inside. It cannot be, broken from the outside if it wants to be born. So if new life wants to be born from an egg, it has to be broken from the inside. So something from the inside is breaking, but there is this new birth that comes out, new life, new light, new moon in Leo. And what we've been hiding is being revealed as well. So self-awareness is very important. Leo energy shows us what is right for me. It may be something that we don't want to look at, or something that we don't want to see. It could be something that is really challenging, but we know that it's good for us. So we will have to do it. And this is the recognition of truth. We are recognizing something that something within us already knows. So it's not something new. It's something we've already seen, and now it's right in our face. And we are feeling it on a personal level. So it's about self-recognition and self-acknowledgement. And it's time to see it. We cannot unsee it once we see it. So no more playing games. We don't have time for this. Something has to break through, and we will see it, and it will be right in our face. And we are asked, how are we caring? How do I take care, not only of myself, but of my surrounding, of my environment? This is where we see this connection with the Cancer archetype. The Cancer and Leo, the Sun and the Moon, two rulers together. So how are we caring? How do we care in physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual ways? How do we take care of our bodies? energy moves through our body, so we need to move in order to move that energy. We cannot just do nothing. We have to move our body. So any kind of physical movement is very welcomed, very much needed, because when we move our body, we move this energy, we make it circulate. So it's not only our physical circulatory system that works good when we move our body, but it's also our spiritual dimension, our spiritual body, because the Leo represents the heart energy, and we all know how heart plays an important role in everything. Whenever we talk about anything that goes beyond this realm, we speak from the heart and we feel these things. This is not about emotions, this is about feelings. They are different. Emotions are like stuck feeling, like a frozen feeling. That's emotion, and it's somehow automatically played, and we cannot really break it. We have to accept it. But feelings are something different. They come from the heart, and this is a spiritual device. Our heart is a spiritual device, and it's already known since a long time ago that the heart energy has much wider and bigger span and network than our brain energy. But we have to connect these two, because then there is a full psycho-spiritual function of being a human being. So this is a birthing energy. We are birthing something, and if we've been too much in our head, it will be felt in our body. So if we have been stuck in our head for too long, we will feel that stiffness and stuckness in our body, either through illness, through sickness, through some kind of dysfunctionality. So there is a lot of need for movement, and parts of self-identities that we've never met before will be brought to light as well. So we are becoming our own leaders in some way. We have to become our own leaders. Leo energy, Leo archetype, again, it's about the leadership. So we are asked, what is correct for me? And we are revealing more and more of who we are now. This needs action. We need action, we need inspiration, we need spiritual growth, we need that energy that says go for it, just do it. So we are putting ideas into action, and we have to do something about it. We have to act upon these new possibilities and new opportunities that this new moon brings. These are new beginnings for us, new chapters, new cycles, new rhythms. So we have to learn how to dance to that new rhythm. Leo energy is a lot about being playful, so dancing is a very good way to channel this energy, because we can dance away what doesn't belong to us, and we can attract by our moves and our motion, we can attract the energy that is good for us, that is correct for us. So we shouldn't stand still. We are definitely now ready for what's next. We are ready for this next stage, for the next show, for the next chapter, but we have to make a move. And we are dealing with things that are outside of our control. And this could be frustrating for many, but this is the energy of the heart. And we are letting go, and we are forgiving ourselves. And this is the period of Lion's Gate. Lion's Gate is not only on the 8th of August. Lion's Gate is a whole period, and it's not so much strictly related to a certain period of time in year. This is also just a stage, a phase that all of us reach out at some point in life, and we can walk through it and experience it. So this Lion's Gate is definitely now accentuated, because we are in the Leo season, and this Lion's Gate is like a portal that is activated by the rising star of the Sirius. This is our DNA activation. DNA junk that they call junk is not junk at all. These are the hidden parts of ourselves the hidden power, the power that has atrophied because we haven't used it. So because when we don't use some part of who we are, the system recognized then those parts as if they don't exist. So the same is with our bodies. If we just lie down or sit down, we don't move, then our body will atrophy. So our psychic abilities, our energetic powers, our mental powers, our power for telepathy, our power for astral projection, all these things are not some supernatural, paranormal things. They are completely natural and normal, but we have forgotten those things. So this period now is very, very strong and powerful for activating those things, but not if we are not ready. So let's not force or push for these things. I know many people who are trying to force these things to happen before the time, to trigger some kind of kundalini awakening, but this can be actually very dangerous. This can lead to some kind of schizophrenic behavior and confusion, mental fog. So let's not push or force anything. If it comes naturally. Let's not go into the unknown without being equipped with anything. We cannot go into the wild woods in the middle of the night without knowing anything, without having anything with us. Of course, we will be devoured by that energy in a blink of an eye. So there's some kind of preparation is also needed, but we will definitely all feel it at a different level, different stage. And I highly recommend you can find this Leo's workbook on our Moon Omens website. And if you subscribe also to our all kinds of, I don't know, monthly things, I don't even know what all we offer there, but there are these seasonal workbooks that are amazing, and Lionsgate textbook is also included there, so there is a lot of deep and profound information there. So this energy is coming in, and it's reactivation of those cosmic light codes. But as I said, these things happen one step at a time. So this is an opportunity for rebirth, for that kind of cosmical rebirth. There is a lot of burning. This Leo energy is fiery. It's a fiery sign. It's very hot. It's burning. It's a flame. It's energy of flame. So it's hot energy. It's the heat. And we are letting the old things burn. And we are letting the things be purged through the purifying fire as well. So this is the healing fire. And these are also the riots, inner riots. We feel this need for being rebellious, for doing something revolutionary. We are uprising, and this heat turns into light. This flame can become our light, our guidance. This is the opening of the heart. And we have Venus, the planet of beauty, love, harmony, balance, understanding, compassion, values, finances as well, relationships, feminine principles, aesthetics, interior, exterior, all these things. Venus is in Leo and she is retrograde, but she is now a morning star. So it means that she rises ahead of the sun. So she is now in that kind of stage. And Venus in Leo retrograde truly reminds us of how to open this heart, because Venus also has her own cycles. Every 8 years she's retrograde. So 8 years ago she was also retrograde in Leo. And we are now reminded of what we've been doing 8 years ago, what kind of lessons we've been through, what kind of big heart energies we've been through, what kind of big heart lessons we've been through, what our heartaches have been, where have we invested our heart, and how these things are now experienced and manifested. So our heart is breaking, it cracks open. As I said, these crackings are happening, and we have to be more aware and compassionate at the same time. And we are going away from the energy of competition and survival. We are removing from that kind of behavior. So we may be vulnerable because we are losing control. But let's be vulnerable. Let's not be afraid of being vulnerable. Let's see vulnerability with new eyes, under the new light. So we are creating some kind of new world. These portals are open now. So we are opening the heart, as I said, and Venus helps us to open this heart, to create the flower of life, the petals of the rose, to feel this blooming happening from the inside, the crack, actually hearing the crack of opening our heart. And there is this sense of community that we are going to feel, this sense of trust, where we have this frequency of love and heart energy. These are high frequencies, burning energy. It's burning truly. It's asking us not to compare. No comparing. To compare is to compete. We can do it with ourselves, but if we do it constantly with others, we are always going to find ourselves like a dog running after his tail. So this energy can also bring a lot of spontaneous energy. How often are we being spontaneous? How often do we let life happen instead of trying to control it, trying to keep it under our eye, instead of trying to plan everything? Of course, some things need to be planned, but we somehow live life trying to plan every single thing. We are planning how we're going to feel and react. We cannot plan those things. Life is not about the plan, it's about being spontaneous. And this is Leo energy. Leo archetype is very strong in being spontaneous. So we may see new spontaneous meetings, new people coming into our life, new enjoyable things happening, but also some kind of drama may be there involved, because if we want these new things and we try to hold on to our old way of being, to our plans, to stick to our strict schedules, then we will have to have these cracks opening. So this can bring unexpected love as well. Like out of the blue, love happens even to those who never thought that it would happen to them. Like it just happens. Like you don't even have to do anything. It just happens. So we are being asked what our eyes emanate. What do we emanate through our eyes? What are we radiating? What kind of energy do we radiate and emanate? This is time to remember to be gentle with ourselves, to open to the greater spiritual, not downloads. I don't like using that word, but we are definitely transmitters and access points. I cannot find better words right now, but we can catch the wave. We are like antennas and we are catching those waves, and we can catch the wave now. We are not alone. We are never alone. Uranus goes retrograde at the end of the month, and this is the planet of awakening and deeper awakening, deeper understanding of what this is all about, of what nature needs from us, and of what we need from nature. So we will see these deep insights, and we also are now reminded to be proud of who we are, not in an arrogant way, but in a gentle and loving way. What are we proud of? What am I proud of? What are you proud of? What are we proud of collectively? We have to find these things. If we don't have them, let's invent them. Let's create things that we are proud of. If we don't have them, if there is lack of things that we are proud of, let's work on creating those things. So we are going beyond of what is in front of us. This is also awakening our neurological system. That is why I'm mentioning the pineal gland. Pine, it has that shape of the pine cone. So there are processes that are happening through our brain and our heart. And now our nervous system is definitely triggered now, and our autoimmune system is also triggered very much. And we can see sudden healings happening, sudden healing energy. Just like that, no need for process, no need for medicaments, no need for treatments, just like that healing happens. But this happens when we align with that heart energy. And I'm not saying that we will all feel it, of course not, but some individuals will. And these are things that are happening in the world. These are not miracles. These are scientifically proven things. They happen. Our heart is a spiritual device. And heart is not a pump. I won't now go into that story, maybe some other time, but I'm just saying this spiritual device, when we connected the brain and the heart energy, when we align with our brain's desires and our heart's desires, then miracles happen truly. And something is opening us up, and suddenly we see things in a new light. How much healing work we've been doing in our life so far by now. Have we been releasing? Have we been letting go? Have we been forgiving? Have we been cleansing? Have we been purging? Have we been, just changing and transforming ourselves? Have we been upgrading and developing ourselves? These things need to be integrated. All things need to be integrated, but it can be too much for some. And this can bring some side effects, but let's not be afraid of those things. It's all part of the process. Some people may feel more headaches, some people may feel more exhausted, some people may feel full of energy, and these things can just happen also suddenly, like suddenly I'm full of energy, but suddenly I'm feeling down. And these kinds of extremes can happen very quickly. So we need to stay hydrated. We need more water, more movement, more physical activation. We need some kind of, additional activity to support our physical body so that we can, make this energy flowing and growing. So we are broadening perception of ourselves. And this is our heart chakra. So it's widening and broadening. So we are being activated at a deep level. We have to remove resistances. And there may be some lack of willingness to do those things, but but we definitely have to break through something. If there has been something that we haven't allowed to come out of ourselves, something that we have blocked, something that we have locked, now it's birthing. It's birthing time, and these blocks are melting. Blocks and firewalls, they are melting down because of this fire is definitely like melting all those strong concrete things that we have built in order to protect ourselves. So if we have held ourselves back from any kind of love, from any kind of generosity, we will feel it now. And these walls are crumbling down, they are falling apart for sure. And we are invited, we are truly invited. We hear the knocks of the higher energy of love, of true heart, authentic love. The rest will fall apart. If we are not in authentic love, everything that is not authentic will fall apart. So if we are not on the same frequency with someone, that will fall apart as well. It's a crashing energy, crashing and burning and collapsing. Something we already know is over. This is, as I said, this is something we already know. And we will see what is no longer in our heart, what is not aligned with our heart. It's not new information. These are revelations and confirmations of something. A lot of ties and connections that have been there for a long time may start cracking as well. So we are also being asked, are we denying our own growth? It can be tough. It can be tough for some, but this is necessary if we want to bring some joy and light into our life. We may see that we are holding ourselves back unconsciously. And some may feel as if a big breakup is happening. Not only breakup with other people, but like a big breakup is happening, breakup with the world, breakup with our old selves, breakup with life in some way, but this is giving a new birth. These karmic relationships are ending, karmic contracts are ending to some degree, and not all karma is bad, of course. It is always about learning and growing. So, ready or not, these energies are happening. This is the creative sense of self, creative self-expression. This is our confidence, our power, our desire to be ourselves, and what that means to us. So it's different now than it was a couple of years ago, definitely. We are different than we were, and we will be different in a couple of years than we are now. But there is something within ourselves that always stays the same. And that something in ancient teachings is called Linga Sharira. And this is our imprint. This is like our fingerprint, our spiritual fingerprint that we carry. So we are definitely not the same person we were when we were born, we were when we were kids, we were when we were teenagers, and we are not the same that we will be when we grow older. But there is something that stays the same. We are still witnessing ourselves, even though our body has changed. Our body completely transforms every couple of years. Our blood completely transforms, but there is something that stays the same. And that imprint is now brought to light. And we are revealing those parts of ourselves that we've been giving away. This is also something very important. The power that we have been giving away in the past, the energy we have given away through expectations, through, all kinds of sacrifices, all kinds of people pleasing, or all kinds of our need to prove some things. All these things are now brought back. This power that we've been giving away is coming back to ourselves, and we are asked, what are we going to do with it now? How are we going to use it now? Because we have been detached from it, and now we have to use it. Energies can be split. So these energies are now reunited in some way. Something that has expired is going away for sure. So this is clearing out of old energies that are connected to old belief systems. This is a retractive energy. It's a whiplash effect. And there is some void, of course. Something can hurt, along the way. But here is the power. Void is portal. As I always say, there is appreciation for what we've been through. We have to give ourselves some credit. So this void is the portal, and these healing energies are very strong, and they remind us of who we are, reminder of our soul's essence, reminder of that Linga Sharira that I just mentioned, that something that always stays the same. And these cosmic energies are highly vibrating, and we can only absorb so much. We cannot absorb it all. Of course, we would disintegrate if we would absorb all of it. But these intuitive feelings, heart feelings, are definitely now supporting us, and lower frequencies also in play. We cannot deny that. We cannot make it go away, but we can learn to interact with these energies, to play with it. These egoic walls are also crumbling down, and something that hasn't been growing and moving, something that has been stuck, will also be revealed to us now, and we will have clearer vision of it. And this retrograde Venus in Leo can bring us people from the past, can bring love from the past, love thoughts from the past, resolutions, reconciliations, reunions, reassessments of our finances, of our love, of our giving and receiving. But all these things lead to what I just said, lead towards this recognition of who we truly are, and of that essence that always stays the same. And these are energetic battles. we are pushing through these barriers, and if we if we believe that we don't deserve something and that we are not worth it, we will have this battle, we will be involved in this battle in a very intense way. But when we believe in ourselves, when we know that we are here to live our best lives, this will also bring us battle, but different one. And we could feel this split now. We are moving in a different direction, and it's not what we expect. It's not what we have expected. These are unconscious expectations, and this Lion's Gate and this new moon in Leo is bringing us back to our core selves. So this is a reminder that we always travel with our full power. We always have to do this, and energies that are not a match will be obvious. So do we have a pure heart? Are our intentions, do they come from the pure heart? And we will see if they are pure or if they come from too much, from fearful field of existence. So we have to offer what we create to the world. We have to offer what we create. We shouldn't keep this to ourselves, but we shouldn't offer this only in order to receive praise. We have to open ourselves in a way that we are courageous to be ourselves. There is desire to trust into that what inspires us. Not everyone is at the same place. Not everyone is at the same level of experience. This is an energy of acceptance of our own path. Accepting where I am right now on my own path, and accepting where you are on your own path, and not interfering, not trying to put you on my path or to put myself on your path. And this is, there will be probably some kind of separation from those who are not in the same energy field. But this is not something bad. And we will see this. They are just in a different place, and we honor and respect that. This is energy of being less compatible. So we have these windows of time where things match up, and then each person moves in their own direction. And there is also a split to our authenticity. And there are many different scenarios in which this energy can be manifested. But we definitely need to incorporate our authenticity, and we will see things that we cannot deny, that we cannot compromise, that we have to put off. And desire for control can emerge, of course, but there are these new strengthening messages coming to ourselves. We have new strength now. And it's opening us up for a lot more that is coming. So this is the expansion of the heart. This is the celebratory energy, as I said at the beginning. And it's showing us our loops. It's showing us our patterns, our beliefs, and it's giving us permission to choose. So we are going to see where we don't want to participate in no longer. So there is something that we've had enough of it. And we are, just not doing this again. Just saying, I'm not doing this again. I cannot participate in this. I don't want to participate with this. And we will see if we have done a lot of healing, we will feel this and we will taste this. And there is this soul growth happening, and we will see that we now understand much more and much better than we did before. And this will also bring up something that we are gifted with, our gifts and talents. Again, Leo archetype, our gifts and talents will be brought to light. And what we've been through will become obvious to us, and we will know what we don't want to go into again. So this is, there is this hidden part in the heart, hidden part of ourselves that has been shut down, that has been suppressed. And it wasn't safe to be exposed and expressed, but now it is. There is new birth of those pieces of ourselves that have been shut down, that we've been shutting down. And it doesn't have to be dramatic, even though it can be because of this Leo energy, but it could be very simple. And especially if it's not coming from the place of trying to demonstrate our power, but if it's coming from the place of heart, of true love for ourselves, and we are receiving this kind of universal love and feeling it in the core of our being, and there is we are breaking these barriers. We are definitely breaking these barriers now, and these barriers that were preventing us from this kind of true love, of being fully seen and accepted. But we have always tried to be fully seen and accepted by others. But we have to give our best to be fully accepted and seen by ourselves. And then the rest will follow. These cosmic rays are fully seeing and accepting all that we are, all that we've been through, all the challenging that we've been through, to love ourselves no matter what. And we are fully accepted by that kind of energy. And we will see what needs to crumble or fall away in order for us to accept and see ourselves truly. What is ready to change at the core level of our being. And there is this strong deprogramming happening, and this strong deprogramming will be active for the next couple of years, for the next many years probably. This is part of universal evolution, and new parts of ourselves, new parts of our heart that haven't been touched. And the more that we awaken in our hearts, the more we put love and energy into others. And this collective love for each other is something that is very important. Collective is made out of individuals, and how far we've come with our own healing and transmutation will affect the collective. And it might not happen for everyone, but for those who resist or are too afraid of change, it will be harder for sure. And we will definitely feel renewed, refreshed, and rejuvenated in many ways. The change is happening. It's not me, but energy going through me. So it's showing me my transformation. We shouldn't take things personally. Or think that there is something wrong with me if we are going through some kind of energetic disbalance. We have to allow ourselves these evolutionary experiences and to continually take care of ourselves. We have to be focused on our own growth and on supporting ourselves. And this is about shining and prolonging that shininess. What makes me come alive? We have to do things that make me feel alive, that make us feel alive, and saying this is me, and gain my personality back, gain my true self back, not getting lost in the crowd. Focus is on me, saying something out loud, coming back to ourselves, awakening and changing. We may feel that everything is turning upside down because of this birthing, but we have to see things in a new way. We are breaking free from old habits and patterns. We are following our heart's desires. We are standing in our truth. We are owning who we are. We are being proud of how far we've come. We are breaking away from comfort zone. We are heart-driven, heart-centered, and we can overthink things too. We may be thinking about chaos and instability, or we may be overly excited about something too, overly anxious, overly nervous. Emotional disturbance is strong too, impulsive behavior, unpredictable behavior, unreliability, rebelliousness that we see in ourselves and in others. But this brings us into bravery. This puts us onto a new path. This gives us options that are opening for new possibilities. We are letting go of old versions of living life, of the way we live our life. We must have endurance and persistence and not take things personally. We have to practice patience. Let's not get all emotional. It's very challenging, and this is about rebellious and revolt energy, standing on our own, liberating ourselves. We are somehow made or taught to feel ashamed or guilty of being different, but this is changing now. There is this change of paradigm. If we don't belong, we are ashamed, but this is changing. If we don't fit in, we will now be able to bring our authenticity alive. Facing those big bad monsters within ourselves. And the sun square Uranus is a call to wake up and not to be afraid to be different, to speak up, to step out, to follow through with Leo, the king energy of being the kings of our kingdoms, and individuate, be original, be unique, shine our individual light. We need to go further, and we have to be aware that we are not guilty. We have to clear boundaries, say no what we have to say no, reconsider our goals if we have to, use our time wisely, and know that we are guided. And we have to calm down, to settle down, to let go of demands and restrictions. Learn to also sometimes get small, not always go big. Learn about humility. Take our moments in the sun. Be of service. Contribute. Come down off the throne and do the work also. We have to push on through this and say, I won't be ashamed. I won't, feel ashamed for following my voice from within. I know that I'm guided, and there is a time to rebel. There is a time to step back and to go on our own way. And all of these energies now are definitely showing us how to do that, how to be, how to bring that, to remove our masks and to truly say, this is me, and I'm not afraid. I won't behave as I was learned to. These learned behavior patterns are somehow now being burned away. This Leo fire energy is burning it away. And I think this energy is also teaching us how to naturally enjoy life, because we have forgotten these things. I say this whenever I speak about Leo. We somehow think that we need tutorial on how to have fun, tutorial on how to, enjoy life. But these things don't need tutorials. We are spontaneous human beings. We have to allow life to happen spontaneously and to be spontaneous. Let go of that kind of control and planning all the time and strict schedules. Let's allow ourselves to breathe, and let's try to imagine ourselves as the breath that we are inhaling and exhaling. Let's turn ourselves into that breath, and let's feel ourselves being inhaled and exhaled, and let's align with that rhythm and cycle. And I think this is more than we need on the subject of this new moon in Leo. And I hope that it will inspire at least some of us to be inspiring to inspire others as well, to bring the best qualities in others as well, by being examples of doing that. And I truly want to thank you all for all your beautiful and amazing and uplifting and supportive comments and emails that you send, and all amazing experiences that you all share with us. And I, of course, invite you all again to leave your comments in our comment sections. I definitely go through all of them, and I enjoy reading them. They inspire me all the time to be better, to bring much more than I did the previous time. So there is this mutual support and inspiration that needs to happen continuously, like breathing, inhale, exhale. So we have to have this kind of cohesion, coherence, and integrity and dignity. So I thank you all for being here, for supporting us all, and I highly recommend you to search and explore our Moon Omens material that we have. A lot of free material that you can go and explore. There are many amazing, beautiful articles. It's a new section about crystals. They are truly amazing. Also, our free articles about astrology, forecasts, and all aspects that are happening all the time. This is amazing work that we have. So I highly recommend you go there and explore and see if you can pick something for yourself that will be aligned with that true essence within ourselves. And I thank you all, love you all, and see you in 2 weeks. Bye bye.